This is Boring Break, cure my rotten brain in one day. If I'm being honest, lately my mental health hasn't been the best. Like my cortisol levels are through the roof, my eyes are twitching and whatever. And I have just thought that this was something that I've already fixed. But I find myself constantly getting back on my phone and scrolling through TikTok and scrolling through Instagram and just indulging into just this cheap and fast gratification, instant gratification that is killing young people's attention span. Because if we take a closer look, those days when you scroll through your phone the entire day, you go through TikTok with like 7 hours of screen time, those are not really the fun days. The fun days are when you're dedicating yourself, when you're putting your time into the things that you really value. And trust me that those things will not be watching YouTube videos on your phone laying on your bed. Those things will be things that will be fulfilling you. Maybe it's building your business. Maybe it's studying towards something that you really want. Maybe it's just filming a YouTube video and posting it online because that's the dream that you had ever since you were a kid. Those are the things that are going to be fulfilling to you and that are going to make you be a much happier person in the longer run. And instead of that, we are just scrolling through TikTok, we're just scrolling through Instagram, getting into this instant gratification. And by doing that day after day after day after day, by procrastinating on the things that really I had to do, which was studying because my exams were coming around the corner, I was the most depressed and the saddest that I've ever been in years. And I needed to stop this. So I just thought to myself, okay, what's the best way, like what's the simplest way that I can do to stop myself from getting down onto this rabbit hole? And you're not going to like this because it's going to be very, very simple. And that is just to be mindful. That is to be centered on the thing that you're doing at the moment. So let me explain, okay? Maybe if I am driving to work, maybe if I'm driving to school, I will not be listening to any podcast. I will not be listening to any music. I will be just centered on the thing that I'm doing, which is driving. If I'm washing the dishes, I am not going to play any music. I'm just going to do that thing. I'm just going to wash the dishes. And there's going to be people who say, oh, but you can do both things at once. You can go listen to a podcast while you're walking, while you're drinking your smoothie and writing your scripts. Like, shut the fuck up. You're not letting your brain breathe. You must let your brain get into boredom in order to get the best ideas that you can. That's exactly like that. You need to prioritize your mental health. You need to let your brain be calm. You cannot bombard it with tons of information at once because that's the thing that you're doing already. You're scrolling through TikTok and all that information is coming into your brain. You're stimulating your brain, overstimulating to get a new thing every 30 seconds, to get new information every time you scroll. You need to stop that cycle. And that is the only way that you're going to fix your rotten brain, by leaving behind the habits that are destroying it. Whether it's scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram, by going and watching porn, those things that are destroying your brain, you need to stop those. And then your brain is going to be cleared. Your brain is going to be restored in a matter of hours. That was exactly how I did it. Once I started using this app that is called Opal, it forced me not to go into Instagram, not to go into TikTok. And in just a couple of hours, I noticed that my brain was sharp again. I was able to think again. I was able to concentrate on my reading. I was able to concentrate on writing my scripts. I was able to concentrate on studying again. And that was because my brain was not bombarded with information every second of the day. I was letting my brain breathe. I was letting it recover. And I am not bombarding it with information anymore when I'm driving. I'm not listening to music anymore. I am centered on the road. I am driving. I'm focusing all of my energy into the action that I'm doing at the moment. And that is the way that I have cured my brain in a couple of hours. And that's exactly what I want you to do for the next 24 hours. I want you to be centered on the task that you're doing at hand. If you want to take a look at Instagram or TikTok, just block a time of your calendar and do it at that time. But just be focused on the thing that you're doing. Whether you're studying, you only study. You're showering, you only shower. You're brushing your teeth, you only brush your teeth. You are totally focused on the task that you have at hand. And in 24 hours, you'll see that your brain and your rotten brain is going to just disappear. And your normal brain, the one that allows you to think about all of these good habits, all of this self-improvement, is going to come back. And you're going to be as sharp as ever. So that was it for today's video, guys. As always, stay patient because your prophecy is unfolding. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.